Our next fundamental right is cultural and educational rights. It comes under Article 29 and 30, and the right reads the cultural and educational rights. Okay, and Article 29 deals with the protection of interest of minorities, and Article 29 reads that any section of the people, any section of people having any distinctive culture, language or script shall have the right to protect and preserve the same. That is, any section of people having any distinct culture, language or script shall have the right to protect and preserve the same. And also it says that no citizen shall be denied admission to education institutions wholly maintained by the state except on grounds religion, race, caste, language. That means in these four grounds, no citizen shall be denied admission to education institutions wholly or partially funded by the state. In these grounds, that is religion, race, caste and languages, in these grounds, any citizen should not be denied access to educational institutions. Okay, and Article 29 protects only the right of religious and linguistic minorities. Okay, Article 29 protects only the rights of religious and linguistic minorities. But however, Supreme Court said that this article is not only confined to minorities. Why? Because article reads any section of the people. Since the term is any section of the people, Supreme Court said that it also includes majorities. So Article 29 is not confined to minorities alone. Even though Article 29 protects only religious and linguistic minorities, but Supreme Court interpreted it as, since it is written any section, it is not only confined to minorities. Supreme Court said that it is protecting the rights of majorities also. Fine. I repeat once again, Article 29 says that any section of the people having distinct culture, language, script and so on shall have the right to protect and preserve the same. Fine. And no citizen shall be denied access to any public education institutions partially or wholly funded by the state only on the grounds religion, race, caste and languages. That is, in these following grounds, any citizen shall not be denied access to educational institutions wholly or partially maintained by state. Okay. And Constitution says that under Article 29 protects only the rights of religious and linguistic minorities. However, Supreme Court said that since any section is mentioned under the article, it is not restricted to minorities alone, but it is also applicable to majorities also. That is what interpretation given by the Supreme Court. Fine. Next, Article 30. Article 30 says about right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions. I repeat, right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions. And Article 30 reads that all minorities shall have the right to establish and administer education institutions of their choice. And this Article 30 is protecting only the rights of minorities. Why? Because here the term itself is mentioned all minorities, but in 29 it mentioned any section of the people. So Article 29 is applicable to all the people or all the section of the country, and Article 30 is applicable only to minorities, that is religious and linguistic minorities only. That is the difference between Article 29 and Article 30. I repeat, Article 29 is applicable to any section of the people and Article 30 is applicable only to religious and linguistic minorities. Okay, and the right of a minority to administer and establish religious institutions consists of the following provisions. That is, it has the power to make a governing body, It has the power to appoint staff of its own. It has the power to admit eligible students to its institutions, and it has the power to establish a reasonable fee structure. So in all these cases, these minority institutions can administer by its own. This is guaranteed under Article 30 of the Constitution, right?